Comments on the gloves off space, the Satoshi saga, COPA v. Wright, and the unfolding of the appeal from the space on Friday here from Gavin. Stay tuned to the end. Let's break this down on some of the exciting things that's happened. So first things first, I want to just set my clear intent so that I don't mislead people. It is my objective to make this channel and this audience absolutely massive. If someone has a problem with that, and also to make a massive amount of money. I want to be super abundant, so abundantly wealthy and rich beyond the wildest dreams. Those are two intents that I have. So if you have a problem with those two goals and dreams, please unsubscribe. Don't follow this channel anymore because that's just very clear and transparent. It's my goal to grow incredibly huge, massive, and be incredibly wealthy, rich, prosperous, and share that knowledge and wealth with the world. Now here is the update on a couple things. One, the space on Friday was a tremendous success. 28,000 impressions on this feed. 28,000 right now. 169 likes and 77 reposts. That's definitely the biggest I've ever seen on anything I've ever done on a feed on X. Looks like the people already viewed the content 1,600 times on YouTube. All right, so that's pretty good. Let me just comment openly about a few things on the space because it's been so popular. First of all, people love the Satoshi saga drama. They just love it. Okay, people love it. I love it. It's exciting. That's why it's so popular. Is people want to know what's going on. What's this Satoshi saga all about? Who is this Satoshi guy? Who created Bitcoin? What's the entire mystery? How is it unfolding? And that's really what that space was about. It's like unraveling the mystery behind this whole thing. Different points of views, expert opinions, people who know this stuff inside and out, have been in the space a long time. And so as a new person coming in, it's an exciting story. The Satoshi saga, the mystery of the creator of Bitcoin. How's it playing? Oh my gosh, there's a court case. Wow, what happened in the court? There's an appeal? What? Who is this guy? Is this guy? I heard he was a fraud. Wait, what? So it's this rabbit hole that people go down. It's super compelling and interesting. And a couple things I want to point out in the space. One was the Craig Mason talk right around an hour, right after the first hour. I think it was around an hour and 10 or hour and 15 minutes into the space. He talked about game theory. And it was a strategic slow drip game theory approach by Dr. Wright. And potentially on what exactly his strategy is. And the way I could summarize it, I will put a link, of course, to the space at the end of the video. You can watch it again if you haven't already seen it. It's like about an hour 10. And he talks about how he posted on his old X account, this Professor Faustus, theory about how to pose to your enemies, like an art of war strategy. Pose this way, look this way to your enemies out in public so that they think you're weak, and then pounce at the right time and drip them certain information throughout the process until when they're at their weakest point, then you give the final blows. So game theory stuff, all hyperbole at this point, but definitely a fascinating analogy by Craig Mason, old Craig on X. The other one is the Reggie Middleton stuff, which is around I don't know if it's like 1 hour, 40 minutes or so. He goes into Richard Bose from the UK, gives a great analogy about like multi-sig versus single party sig definitions. And he's going through this beautiful technical lecture about Bitcoin Bose is doing. And then he cites Reggie Middleton on this multi-sig definition and potentially one of his patents. And then Reggie Middleton answers it. And they get into this discussion about intellectual property over the decentralized, the DeFi space, and the possibility, the allegation of a possibility that some of these massive institutional household names, as Reggie said it, have failed to do potentially freedom to operate searches. This is all entertainment purposes only. But that's discussed on the space. That imagine that a household name like BlackRock fails to get a freedom to operate search in a giant business enterprise before entering the space. That is discussed on that at around an hour. I think it's maybe an hour and 40 minutes. It's a fascinating discussion, and it's worth a second listen to really break down this analysis because they really go deep in. Reggie just breaks down some gems, and if it were me, that should be front page news because it's involving massive institutions, massive players, and their shareholders. If true, they should have notice of what's going on. I'd want notice, and Reggie says that himself. He's like, if I were an investor in that, I'd want notice of all this. He says, I don't think they've gotten notice. So it's fascinating, man. Some of the game theory strategies, the Craig Mason stuff about Dr. Wright's slow drip strategy, and then the Reggie Middleton comments with the back and forth with Bose are definitely worth a second listen. And my challenge is to do another one of these spaces. I would say in the next few weeks, sometime in October, we'll put it out on a calendar, put the intent out there, make it big, bigger than this one. You know, that's the goal. It's got to be always increasing, getting larger, getting a bigger audience. That's the whole idea. More people getting involved and getting interested. And so potentially in October, putting it together. This week, I'm going to be on the show Thursday at 7 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern. That's on the, you'll be able to find it on my X when it happens. It's on the @BSV blockchain channel with Rory. I'm going to be interviewed on that show. We're discussing whatever they have regarding the channel, regarding the BSV blockchain and their show. I'm excited about that. And then, you know, watch my video from yesterday, which is about my accomplishing one of my most proud and amazing freaking life-changing goals, which was, doing daily videos for a year, because I can proudly say that I made the goal. And thank you for the comments. Thank you for the people who private messaged me. Mark, the author, private messaged me, sent me a great, very uplifting thank you in his message. So that's all I got. All right, I'll see you at the top. Subscribe, dude. It means the world to me. Please subscribe. Leave a comment. I'll read them. All right, I'll see you at the top.